good? Pause YouTube. 6ftHax here. Half for you guys today. What originally was supposed to be the third part to the FFA session, but to be honest with you guys, I fucked up and I accidentally deleted the recording of the FFA and then emptied my recycling bin. So I apologize for the few of you who would have liked to see a FFA part today. If I have time, I'm going to try and do a showdown live as well. Normally Sundays are the days I like to stay away from the computer, or try to, and not really work too much on YouTube stuff. But this is the only battle I had saved right now, so it is going to be a really quick one. I hope you guys do still enjoy the video. If you do, make sure to hammer that like button down below. And as for a little question of the day thing, I'm going to ask that at the end of the video because it may be something that some of you guys may be interested in once you see this entire battle. So this was a pretty cool team I got from my boy Harris. It's awesome. It was originally based around Mega Gardevoir going up against Soeleiman off of my Discord. Going into this match, Tapu Koko and Gengar are absolutely terrifying. Also, I found it a little odd that he had a Minior, but I know Minior was pretty popular at the beginning of Sun and Moon, so I wasn't going to knock that because late game that could maybe sweep me if I allowed the setup, so I really have to watch out for that. But I'm going to be leading off with my Tangrowth, as she's going to be leading off with the Tapu Koko. I don't expect him to go straight for Z Brave Bird or something along those lines because it's very rarely seen on Tapu Koko. So if anything, I'm just going to go straight for the Giga Drain. My gut was telling me to go for the knockoff or the Earthquake, but I didn't think he would switch directly into Gengar, and for the umpteenth time, I need to listen to my gut because I might have been able to get off a bigger hit on this Gengar instead of this little 10% I was able to get off of. So expecting him to just want to go for a Sludge Wave or a Shadow Ball, I'm going to switch directly into my Heatran, but he makes a really good play here and goes straight for the all-out pummeling, knowing that my only real switch-ins to this Gengar are this Heatran or potentially my Zygarde if I'm a bulky coil set. So either way, Zygarde's gonna get smacked, and as you're about to see, Heatran is just gonna get obliterated by this all-out pummeling. So not only do I lose my only switch in the Gengar, but I also lose my Stealth Rocker in this match, and that could be a little bit bad because now Tapu Koko can just pivot in 100% for free. The good thing about this is though that he really has no safe switching to my Zygarde, and if I'm a potential Dragon Dance set and I set up on his switch out, things could be even worse for him. So he's just going to stay in here, try to get off as much damage as he can, as I'm able to knock him out with the 1,000 arrows. This gives him a free switch back into the Tapu Koko. One half of the threatening core is gone. The only other issue is going to be this Tapu Koko. So I don't want to stay in and get knocked out by a Hidden Power Ice, so I'm going to switch back into my Tangrowth as he makes another good play here. Knows I can't afford to lose Zygarde because of how big of a threat it is in this battle. And he's going to go straight for the U-turn, predicting my switch into my Tangrowth, U-turning into the Medicham, which, yeah, completely forgot about Medicham. How foolish of me, because I potentially have to sack something here. So the switch into my Landers is very obvious, so I'm going to make a pretty ballsy play here, stay in, and just go straight for the Giga Drain with my Tangrowth. This way I can put the Medicham in range of where I don't necessarily have to go for the Scald with my Keldeo if I want to be able to knock him out if it comes down to that. So expecting him to just want to go for another Ice Punch because I can still very easily switch into my Garchomp, not Garchomp, but into my Landers. I am going to make the aggressive switch into Keldeo, and he does end up going for the Ice Punch. Doesn't burn me, thankfully, and now I'm going to be able to go for the Scald, but because he does have this Pelipper laying in the back, a Hydro Pump in the rain, as long as he's not a Spadef bulky Pelipper, is actually going to be strong enough to 2 KO Pelipper on the switch-in, and this is his only real safe switch-in to a potential Scald from my Keldeo. So while I didn't need to go for the Scald, I needed to go for the Hydro Pump because this would allow me to apply a lot of pressure to his team. And actually I said that incorrectly. I didn't have to go for Hydro Pump. I could have gone for Scald, but by going for the Hydro Pump, I'm able to apply a lot of pressure to him. And now I'm able to 2 KO the Pelipper as in comes the Tapu Koko. I do make a bit of a risky play here because there's a chance that this Tapu Koko could be scarfed. I have seen a couple Tapu Kokos that are scarfed, but because he does have Garchomp in the back, and Garchomp normally tend to be scarfed, I felt pretty comfortable in staying in here and risking it and going for the Hydro Pump as I'm able to hit a third one in a row. Down goes the Tapu Koko, and now all I really need to deal with is with the Medicham and the Minior, as in comes the Garchomp. Keldeo in the rain is absurdly powerful, but I don't want to risk missing Hydro Pump, and he really has no reason to not just go for the Earthquake. Like, he could have definitely gone for the Outrage here, but either way, it wouldn't have done entirely too much damage to my Landorus on the switching. So this turn, I'm not sure what he does want to do, but after the Intimidate, I don't know if he'll be able to break my Substitute or not. There's also the chance that he may just want to go ahead and switch out because he could be locked into the Earthquake, but it turns out that I'm faster than him, and he's a bulky Garchomp because he then goes for the Toxic, as he's able to just chew this Adamant Earth Plate Earthquake like it's nothing. The good thing about it is, though, it is a 2-hit KO, so expecting him here to maybe try and go for like a Dragon Claw or a Dragon Tail if he did have one of those two moves to try and break my Substitute, I'm actually just gonna go ahead and go for the Swords Dance. Now, I don't know if Sub SD Garchomp is a typical set in OU, but in this matchup, it's about to put in a lot of work because there's really no way he's going to be able to get away without me killing two of his Pokemon or knocking two Pokemon out, however you want to look at it. But I am going to be able to outspeed the Minior in this stage regardless of whatever speed he is running. So I'm able to knock it out with a +2 Smackdown, which is amazing because his only Pokemon at this point that can even remotely outspeed my Landorus is Medicham, which has to break my Substitute, and at +2, this thing is gonna get annihilated by an Earthquake either way. Like, there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. This is just gonna die. So he does end up breaking my sub with the Ice Punch, as I will now be able to go for the Earthquake here and get rid of this Medicham. And at this point, his last Pokemon is the Garchomp, which we know is not faster than my Landorus, and at +2, I can definitely bop that with an Earthquake. So Landorus here is going to seal us the victory. I know this was just a really quick paced battle, guys, but like I said, this is the only game I have saved up right now, and if it wasn't for me playing aggressive with Keldeo early on, like getting those Hydro Pump plays and not missing Hydro Pump, I really think swung momentum into my favor, and then Garchomp being defensive and getting Landorus behind a sub definitely won me the battle. As for like the little question of the day thing, I've seen a lot of people comment about Landorus being potentially ban-worthy in the OU tier. Personally, I don't think it's ban-worthy. I definitely think like you can play around Landorus, like whether it be defensive, offensive, dual dance, which I haven't seen too much, but that's a little pretty cool set. So let me know what you guys think about Landorus in the OU tier. Do you think it's like Primal Groudon, where it's just centralizing and literally every team in Ubers has a Primal Groudon, and it's literally Primal Groudon, 5 other Pokemon, and then in OU it can be like Landorus and 5 other Pokemon. So yeah, let me know what you guys think about that in the comment section below. Would like to see what you guys' opinions are of that. But yeah, tomorrow, guys, we'll have another Wi-Fi battle, and if I'm able to, maybe a showdown live along to go with that. So thank you all for watching, guys. I will see you all later. Also, WWE pay-per-views later tonight, so I'll be live tweeting that. Pretty excited about that, not gonna lie. So yeah, guys, later, everybody.
Cause my brain and heart are both tied in a knot, and this hinders me from crying a lot. This causing me to show no emotion, but when I said I cared, I wasn't joking. But I guess it's too late for me to become broken. For now, I'm living with no more pain, tears of hoping. I'm just coasting. Yeah, I said I'm coasting. No more pain, tears, and hoping. For real.